Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Nick. Welcome back to Geeks Outpost. Today, we're going to be talking about the up-and-coming series Hawkeye. I personally am super excited about it, mostly because I am a huge fan of Hawkeye. I was a big fan of his when I saw him in the movies. I'm also just a Jeremy Renner fan. I really like him as an actor. He seems like a really cool guy. And for those of you that didn't know, he can sing. I'm pretty sure he has his own band. If you guys didn't know that, you're in for a shock, because this guy can sing. It's awesome. So today we're going to be talking about the Hawkeye series, like I said. What we know so far about this series is that it will follow Hawkeye after the events of Endgame, training up Kate Bishop, who in the comics eventually takes on the mantle of Hawkeye, which is going to be played by Haley Steinfeld. She's going to be playing alongside Jeremy Renner. It will be Hawkeye, as usual, Clint Barton, though Ben Sakamoto, Ava Russo, and Cade Woodward will return as Clint's children, Cooper, Lila, and Nathaniel. In some form, there's no confirmation, though, that Linda Cardinelli, I think that's how you pronounce her name, will be reprising her role as Laura Barton, which is, of course, his wife in the show. And she did a great job in the movies, so hopefully she can come back. But there is a reason to believe that the reason why she's not coming back is they said that they might be writing it in that they separated. So we'll get to that in a minute. Haley Steinfeld will co-star as Kate Bishop, which we already knew that, Clint's partner and protege, who goes by Hawkeye in the comics. Aliqua Cox will be playing Maya Lopez, otherwise known as Echo, a deaf woman with move copying abilities similar to that of the Taskmaster. Ooh, pretty cool. Tony Dalton will appear as Jack Duquesne. I think that's how you say that. I'm not sure. Correct me in the comments how you pronounce that. Jack Duquesne. Also known as the Swordsman, who mentored Hawkeye in his early days. Fra Fee will be the clown, an assassin sent to kill our hero. So we got another person here trying to kill Hawkeye as usual. Appears like this guy just can't escape these secret agents, these super spies that are always trying to kill him. Speaking of assassins sent to kill Hawkeye, Florence Pugh, or Pug, however you pronounce it, will reprise her role from Black Widow. Yelena Belova will be around in an attempt to take out Clint, both for payback and because of her understanding that he was responsible for her sister Natasha's death. So far, the series appears to be based on the critically acclaimed 22-issue run of Hawkeye written by Matt Fraction with art by David Aja and others, which ran from late 2012 to 2015. So the comic dealt with Hawkeye's off time away from the Avengers, where he dealt with running his own apartment complex while working alongside his annoyed protege, Kate Bishop. His dealings would get him in trouble with a faction of European mafiosi nicknamed the Tracksuit Draculas, which to me sounds like a weird Russian breakdance group. Known for their habit of constantly calling people bro, their war would soon bring in the Clown, a highly competent killer in clown makeup. Clint is not only antagonized by the Tracksuit Draculas, but in his own failings, which cause him to constantly alienate his allies, leaving him alone and desperate for help he claims he doesn't need. So, typical hero complex, you just don't really need help. Even when you do, you just don't want to say it. That is pretty interesting that he's going to be having multiple fronts he's going to have to worry about now. Kate Bishop still needs to be introduced and established. With little news on Linda Barton being part of the show, it is very likely that Clint's 5-year stretch as an amoral vigilante would have long-term repercussions and possibly lead to the separation. That would at least put him in the situation where he'd be living alone in an apartment complex. So maybe they did separate. Again, it's yet to be seen. Maybe they just couldn't recast her. She didn't agree to it, whatever the case may be. But it appears that they most likely will be writing that they separated. But, at least if they do it that way, they don't have to figure out some elaborate way to write off in the story that she died or something. So it's probably a little easier just to say that they separated. Echo and Yelena didn't have any part in the Hawkeye comic series, but it's not like the MCU ever makes a 100% faithful adaptation to the source material. That is true. There's tons of stuff in the MCU that we see in the movies that's not accurate to the comics or the original source material. So it's fine when they take liberties like that. Some people get irritated about it. But in most cases, as we've seen, when they take those liberties, it oftentimes makes it a little better for the viewer. So no complaints there. So that's what we got so far. That's what we know so far about the series. It's coming out this November on the 24th. So put that on your calendars, make sure you're ready. I know I am. I'm super excited about this. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of Jeremy Renner, and I loved him as Hawkeye, and I loved the character, and I'm just super excited to see it live. And I actually really like Haley Steinfeld as an actress. She's really good. I'm sure there's going to be some people that are probably irritated that, of course, she's going to be taking the role. You know, that's how it is. There's no reason to argue it anyways. That's really cool. I'm glad that she's getting put in the universe. She's a great actress. Seems like a pretty good person. So it's really cool to have, you know, another character in there, a new face, a new fresh face for the Marvel, you know, franchise as we know it. I actually personally haven't seen the new Black Widow movie. I know, shame on me. So the character they're talking about, Yelena, I have no idea who she is, but like it mentioned that she's going to basically be trying to kill Hawkeye because she believes that he had more to do with Natasha's death, I guess, technically, but he didn't really. She gave her life willingly, you know, for the sacrifice for the stone. And Endgame, as we saw, they both were trying to. They both were fighting to do so. Of course, Clint didn't understand it at the time. He just knew that he wanted to do it and he didn't want her to do it. But again, she didn't have much going for her at that time. All she really had was Bruce and her friends. But even then, she always was kind of more of an outcast in her own right. And with him, he had a family and a wife waiting for him, you know, so it made more sense in her eyes to do what she did. And of course, to the viewers, we probably would agree anyways, you know, that it makes more sense just logically. He has more to live for. So again, he didn't kill her. He was there when she died. And I'm assuming in the movie it was twisted in some weird way that he killed her or he forced her to do whatever. Again, I have to watch Black Widow to know for sure. So sorry on speaking on it before I've seen it, but that's just my guess, based on the context that I read here, that she was manipulated by someone or was told something or shown something that showed otherwise, that he had more to do with her death than he actually did. I know they're coming out with other series. It seems like no matter what, if we finish a series, whether it be WandaVision, The Winter Soldier, Falcon, anything, Marvel has something to back us up to keep us entertained until the next one comes out. I mean, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Who would not be okay with it? I think even the Hulk's getting his own series soon, so we've got a lot to look forward to, guys. We have a lot to look forward to in the Marvel Universe, and I am just super excited. I cannot wait to see it all. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.